Hello, I am Mani Malarvannan. In this video, we will look into crypto token distribution strategies. We'll talk about various ways companies can distribute their tokens from airdrops to public sales. In the last couple of videos, we talked about how to design tokens and how to create initial tokens. What are all the value system you need to create within the token, and also tokenomics. We discussed about tokenomics. If you have any questions, please go and review those videos. Um, then you can able to understand the token distribution. So once you design the token, you need to have a plan how you are going to distribute it. So you need to make sure you do all those steps before you even start implementing your token strategy. So what are the different ways you can distribute tokens? Primarily, you can distribute token in multiple different ways. The main reason that you are going to distribute the token is so that you can advertise tokens and you can make sure that your token holders, it could be investors, it could be end users, it could be your development team or a founding team. So they all need to hold your tokens. So you need to come up with a strategy how you are going to implement the distribution of tokens. How your token system you are designing, you need to consider various attributes. For token distribution also, you need to consider various attributes in your token system so that you can come up with a proper way to distribute the tokens so that your token holders can have the token in a secure way. So this also impacts the adaptation, how your tokens are going to be viewed by the customers, and they can value your token system and they can hold it for a longer period of time. So, and also the other important things, the token distribution, make sure that your customers have a fair access to the token so that all the tokens are not concentrated only within a few set of individual users like founders or institutional investors, those who have the money. So you need to make sure that you create the token distribution system so that everybody, those who are interested in your token, they get a fair chance of buying the token with a fair price. That's another critical thing you need to make sure that you are creating within the token system. If you have a lot of people interested, but you do not have the tokens, then obviously the token value will definitely go up, but it may not sustain in a longer run. In the same way, if you have the lot of tokens, then you may not have the customers, all of them to purchase it. So you need to make sure you create the tokenomics and make sure you distribute it accordingly so that the token value stays up and it also grows over a period of time. And also you can build a community around your token system. And also you can make sure that your tokens are not concentrated into a centralized system or centralized set of people. See, that's the main thing in the Web3 world, which is different from the Web2 world. In the Web3, the one of the main thing the blockchain is getting popular day by day is that not single person can control it. Even the founders, they can control if you design the system. If they hold 75% of the token, then obviously they are going to control it. So you make sure you set the total number of tokens and you set certain percentage of tokens to the founders and then the rest of the token to the public, not necessarily institutional investors, those who paid in the beginning. Yes, you need money to attract customers. So you need money for the initial investors so that you can start the project and you can create the token system, you can create the tokenomics. For all those things you need money, but make sure you do not give all the tokens to one set of users. You keep certain tokens for the public or any individual, those who are interested in your projects, they can purchase it and they can hold it for longer time. And also you need to communicate how the token distribution matters. See, in various videos we mentioned that even before you go create the token system, you come up with a plan, you come up with a vision, come up with a mission for your project, and create the token system and communicate that to your customers so that the customers know what they are getting in and how they are going to get the token and how they are going to get value from the token systems. All those things matters. So there are three main categories of sales you can do with your token system. First one is the initial coin offering. We will get into the details. Right now, understand this one type of token distribution system. It's basically you are selling the token to the initial investors. See, you need initial investors to start the project so that they understand your project, they understand your team, and they can buy it. That will help you to get the money to start the project and also make sure that your project goes without any issues. So that's a initial coin offering. And then the other option is the initial exchange offerings. You can sell your tokens via a public company like a Coinbase. Um, you can start selling your tokens. Again, you have to go through a lot of legal requirements before you can start listing your tokens in public exchange systems like Coinbase or Binance, any of those. And also the other possible way is the initial DEX offering or IDO, that is using a decentralized community driven fundraising. You can also list your coin offering in a decentralized manner where you can list the tokens and then people can know about your project. They can purchase your coin through the decentralized exchanges. That's also possible. So advantages and risks of public sales. The main advantages is like you can raise capital quickly, and if you have a set of wealthy individuals, those who are interested, those who know about your team, those who know about you, those who know about your team, your short-term goals, long-term goals, and everything, so they can buy in and they can start purchasing your token with a fee, and using that you can start the projects. This is a pretty straightforward approach. Again, there are a lot of rules and regulations you need to follow uh, to make sure that you are following all the local standards and any international standards. If there is anything, you need to make sure that you are following it. So that's a critical thing even before you start starting the public sales of your tokens. And then the other approach is the airdrops. It's a free token distribution. Whoever has a wallet or even without a wallet, you can distribute the tokens to a set number of people, set number of public through various mechanisms. So these tokens are distributed either through making them doing certain tasks. For example, you can say that you will create a X handler in Twitter right now, in X. So then you say that if you subscribe, then they will get a free token. It's as simple as that. So this approach makes you to distribute the token. Even if they don't have the wallet, you can give a clear instructions to download the wallet, and then whatever tasks you are making them to do, they will do at the end of the task. And once they finish the task, you can distribute the token directly into their wallet. That's a one way of doing it. And the other option is that you can do a marketing strategy. You can hire a Web3 marketing company to do the marketing for you on your behalf, and you can build a community and you can distribute it and you can make them to purchase it, or you can also distribute to the set number of people, those who are interested in your projects. And this again, you need to make sure that you are following local and international laws before you start distributing the tokens. So advantages and challenges of airdrops. So the main advantages is it built awareness, it encourages wallet adoption, and also you can make a marketing campaign and see how many new users you are using, though, how many new users are coming into your ecosystem, and how many of them are holding, and how long they are holding it. There are tools are there. People can able to use those tools to identify how many tokens are there they are having in their wallet, and how many they are using in a day-to-day transaction. And again, there are different types of tokens we discussed in the previous videos. So based on that, you can go to the blockchain and identify how many tokens are there outstanding, and how many of them are in their individual wallets, and how long they are holding it. For example, if you take Bitcoin, people usually buy it for a long term appreciation of their value. So individually, the tokens, people, those who have Bitcoin, they will have in their wallet for 1 year, 2 year, or multiple years. Whereas the other Ethereum, it's a utility based token. People may have it for the long term, or people may use it for the short term purchases also. So you need to make sure that what type of token system you are designing, and use appropriate tools to measure it. So all those tools are used to measure how well your token is distributed, and how well the customers, you are bringing in new customers and creating a community around your token systems. And another important aspect you need to consider is this airdrop. Even though it is the straightforward approach to distribute the token, there is a term called airdrop farmers. It's basically people, those who are interested in getting free tokens. They will just create multiple wallets, multiple with multiple username, with multiple email IDs. They can create multiple wallets, and they can download it, and they can start using getting your tokens by subscribing to your Twitter channel, or whatever task you have. They'll keep doing those tasks in multiple different ways within the same computer or within a different computer. So same person will be holding, say, 50 or hundreds of your token. So this is not a good approach. You need to make sure that you understand these and try to eliminate, so that no single person can get the airdrop tokens by creating multiple wallets. And then the other approach is the staking rewards. Say, for example, if you take Ethereum, if you have Ethereum, say if you have one Ethereum token, you can stake it to get a financial transaction on a weekly basis. So once you have a token, so the tokens are used to stabilize the transaction that are happening on a day-to-day basis. So it's called staking. So there are multiple wallets are available for you to hold it, and you can make your token available for staking purpose. Thereby, you can able to get some revenue out of the token distribution that you are going to do, and also you can get some transaction cost that are coming from the staking protocols. So there are various ways you can achieve it, and not all tokens are possible. For example, if you use Bitcoin, that's not a staking protocol, so you cannot use it. But if you have Ethereum or Cardano, then you can stake those tokens and then get some financial rewards for it. So this is another way to distribute the token. So community incentives and bonuses. So tokens are awarded for completing some tasks. Like I said, you can make the customer, potential customer, to like your postings on LinkedIn, say, or they can subscribe to your newsletter. Once they subscribe to a newsletter, then you can give a token. So so these are all different tasks. You can make them to do it. And again, you need to make sure that not single person is continuously getting multiple tokens from you. So that's a bad approach. So you need to make sure that you identify, you eliminate those those kind of activities, and make sure that one person gets only one ad token through the ad drop mechanism, so that you can grow the community. So they can, for example, if you one person is already purchased, you can incentivize for them to bring in their friends and families into your token system. Thereby you can give one token. If they refer one person, they can get one token, or if they refer five individual users, if they are interested and if they are planning to get the token through AdDrop, then you can give them one token. So those type of incentivizations is possible using the AdDrop mechanism for you. So the token vesting and for founders and teams. See, this is another critical thing you need to make sure that you are creating it during the token distribution strategy. So, for example, once you start the token project and you successfully implemented and you have allotted certain number of tokens to your initial founders and developers, you need to make sure that the developers and founders are not dumping the tokens after the purchasing, after it went to the public sale, because if you do that, then the token value would come down. So you need to make sure you clearly communicate what they are getting in, even for the founders, even for the developers, initial developers, those who are hiring. So there should be a strategy that they need to wait at least 6 months or 1 year, and also they cannot sell all of the token. The maximum for every 6 months they can sell maybe 1% of the token, or whatever plan you are coming up with, whatever system you are coming up with. You need to make sure that you communicate that to your developers and your customers, so that they know what they are getting in, and they know that your token value is going to go up each and every day, so that they will hold the token for a longer time, and you can attract more customers coming into the community, and you can build a community that keeps growing day by day. And private sales and venture capital funding. So we already discussed about this. You can have a private sale uh, through venture funding. Say, for example, initial offering, you can say that among the 100% of the token, you can take, say, 10% of the token. You can say that you are going to give it to the initial venture capitalist, those who are going to fund your project. So even if you are going to do that, you need to make sure that they cannot sell the tokens right away once you bring in the public into your token system. You need to make sure that they are going to hold it for a longer duration, and only after 5 years or 10 years they can able to sell it, or after the initial public offering, they can able to sell only 1% of the token, something like that, so that your token's value is going to appreciate over a period of time. No single community, no single group of people is going to dump the token, thereby devaluing your token. So that's very critical for you to make sure you understand and establish a proper guidelines, even for the initial offering that you are going to do for the venture capitalist. And also the same thing for your developers and for your founding members. So they all need to follow the rules, and all the rules have to be codified. You cannot change in between. See, that's the main difference between the Web3 and Web2. In Web2, yes, all those things are all there. If anybody is starting a company in Web2 world, they are they can have internal stock options, and then once it goes public, yes, they can able to sell. Once it goes to public, yes, they are a lot of rules and regulations are there. Those are all enforced by the Security Commission. But in this Web3, everything is rule based. So whatever rules and regulations you are going to come up with, you create a smart contract application that will be implemented in the blockchain, so that the token system follows that. Whether you like it or not, once it is there, once it is being communicated, nobody can change. If they want to change, then you need to have a voting system, and then more than 51% or however percentage of people needs to approve it, so that you can change the token policies. So fair launch versus pre-mined distribution. See, in the fair launch, there is no pre-mining of tokens. There is the two main differences of token distribution. For example, if we take Bitcoin, it's a fair launch because there is no public sale or anything. It's minted and then slowly started. It was the very first one. The Bitcoin, the blockchain revolution started. So people were interested in and they bought in, and then slowly the blockchain, the Bitcoin market started going up. So that is a one approach. And then in the pre-mined, for example, if we take Ethereum, so they created the tokens, Ethereum tokens, and was used by a community of people. They started with that, and then they popularized, and more users coming in, they started purchasing the Ethereum tokens. So there are two main approaches. You need to make sure which approach you are choosing for the distribution, so that bottom line your token value will keep needs to go up, and also you are following local and international rules and regulations during for your token launch. And also there is another approach is their hybrid distribution model. You can combine airdrops, staking, public sale, all those things are possible, so that you can diversify your token distribution mechanism and say that 10% airdrop, and then 10% staking, and then say 20% public sale or 40% public scale, and then the rest you will keep it within your token system, so that slowly you can release those token. So we discussed about the various token models, so that your token is fixed. There are pros and cons of having a fixed token versus variable number of tokens. We discussed in previous videos. Uh, Please, if you are questions, you can go and watch those videos. So based on that, you come up with a hybrid distribution model, and you can able to distribute it through various ways like a drops, staking, or public sales. So bottom line, you need to make sure that you communicate whatever strategy you have to your potential customers and your developers and your initial sponsors, those who are funding your project. And we discussed about regulatory and compliance considerations. So the rules are very stringent, and in US, I know the new government started, and they may change the rules. They may simplify some of the rules because of the pro-government policies. But bottom line, you need to make sure whatever mechanism you are coming up with for your total for your token distribution, you make sure you follow the local and international laws. Say if you are planning to sell within US, then you have to follow US laws. If you are planning to sell accordingly for the international audience, then you need to make sure that you consider all the countries' local laws, so that if the person is buying from a Singapore or from India, make sure that you are following the laws, local laws, Singapore law and Indian law in this case. So that is a very critical aspect. You need to make sure that you understand and you follow it, and you transparently you need to tell the customers that those who are purchasing it, the rules and regulations that you are following, that whatever tokens they hold, it's going to have value, because somebody is paying money to purchase the tokens. So they need to make sure that they have their transparent way of understanding what your intention is, what your project goals are, what your project short-term and long-term goals, and how they are going to get value out of that purchase of the tokens. So the key challenges in token distribution is the balancing the decentralization with the necessary funding. See, the one of the main concept in the Web3 world is the make sure that your tokens are all distributed among all the users. It's not with only one group of users, either founders or initial uh, investment capitalist, those who are funding your project. If they have all the 75% of the token, then they can control it. They can control whichever way they want to do it. So that's not a good idea. If we design a token system, something like that, then you are not going to attract new customers, a new community member coming into the token, because they know that the 75% only one group of people, one set of people is having 75% of the token. They can able to dump the token and go away. So make sure that you distribute the token in the decentralized manner, so that individual customers can have the token and have the value for the long term growth. So best practices and key takeaways. So align the distribution with the long-term project goals and user incentives. Make sure that your token system, you create the distribution of your token system that you are going to create as going to have the value for the both the long term value and the short term value, and also the long term value. Ultimately, if somebody is purchasing your token, they want to make more money out of it. If somebody pays say $1 to purchase one token, after 1 year they want to know that how much they are going it's going to increase. If it increases to $100, everybody will be happy, because from $1 they made $100. But because of your token distribution, because of your token model, if it goes to value to 10 cents, then they may not be, obviously they're not going to be happy, because the value came down. So you need to balance those, make sure your tokenomics works in such a way that the distribution, your tokenomics, and also your vision and mission for the your token system all aligns together, so that it will have value for both the long term and also both for the short term and for the long term. And once you create the transparency, the trust automatically follows. If you are transparent about your rules and regulations, how you are going to create and hold the token over a period of time, or to the entire the life history of token, then you will attract customers. You create transparency. Once you create transparency, more customers are coming into your token system, and you create a community. Once you create a community, you don't have to do the marketing. Your community will do the marketing for you, and they will attract their friends and family getting into the community. Thereby your community grows, and your token system value also goes up. So that's all I want to discuss in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. And we do have a Web 2 and Web 3 analytical platform. Using that, you can, from the in the Web 3 world, we discussed about the tokenomics, and you can use our tools to measure how well your smart contract application or your token application in a blockchain is working, and you can attract more customers by showing them how your token is distributed, how individual users are having it. And also you can able to use the your web our web 2 tools to identify how the users are coming into your decentralized application before purchasing it. Say they may come 100 users, only 5 users might be purchasing the token. You need to understand that why the 95 users didn't purchase it, where they left in the purchasing funnel. So you can attract those, you can understand using the data that we collect, and using the graphs, we display various graphs for you. You can do the analysis and identify where they are dropping, and you can make sure that you can make the entire 100 people to purchase your tokens. That's possible by combining the Web 2 data and Web 3 data. We give you a 360-degree analysis of users. So take a look at our website, analytickit.com, or go to dpa.analytickit.com and start using our tools right away. And that's all I want to discuss in this video. Please help us to grow this channel by subscribing, liking this video, and subscribing to this channel. Thank you. Bye.